Hey, this is Jordan from Rapido, and today we're going to have a closer look at our all-new General Electric E44 locomotives in HO scale. Now, you might think, oh, we've already had the deadline come and go for this, but we're actually reopening the books for a short time until June 1st, 2026, so we can give you a better look at them, see what the engines are, and get them in production to get them on your layout. To give you a brief history on the E44 electrics, these were built by General Electric between 1960 and 1963 for the Pennsylvania Railroad. 60 of them were built, and they had fairly long careers operating in freight service in the Northeast Corridor. In the late 1960s, all of the units were conveyed to the Penn Central when the merger with the New York Central happened, and they continued into the Conrail era and a little bit beyond as well. During the PC era, 22 units were rebuilt into E44A electrics. The rest of the units weren't completed due to PC's bankruptcy at the time, but all the units continued with Conrail from 1976 until the early 1980s when all electric freight operations in the Northeast Corridor were abandoned. Now that being said, I think 8 units were conveyed to Amtrak for maintenance of way service in the mid-1980s, and they were finally withdrawn and scrapped in the 1990s. With one unit in particular preserved at the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania, where it exists today in its preserved glory. So we're currently on Jason's Kington sub-layout, which isn't exactly correct for electric operations in the 1960s and 70s. So why don't we head over to our catenary module that we've had built up and have a closer look at the features and functions of our E44 locomotive. So now we're on our catenary equipped diorama, and we're going to have a look at the functions and sounds on our E44s. First off, let's fire it up with function 8. Not that there's any fire in an E44, but you know what I mean. Turn on the number boards on option 19. Headlight. We've got class lights on function 11. Those are the extra marker lights, which you can turn on or off. Of course, you can already see the gauges in the cab are lit, which is very cool. We do that on pretty much all our diesels now. We also have track inspection lights, so you can kind of see them underneath the cab there. And let's take it for a quick spin, and then we'll try the pantographs. Of course, no diesel sounds because this is an electric, so you just have the whirring of the motors. Brake squeal. Lots of momentum there. Now, when we want to change directions, just hit direction, and the pantographs automatically reverse. This function also can be disabled with function 16 if you want to have them manually operated in DCC. Head in the opposite direction. Also notice on this model, we have operating rotating bearing caps on all axles. Another feature we're adding on all our diesels these days. Put a little dynamic brakes on there. And gradual, slow to a stop. Very gradual. And there's a look at our Conrail E44 electric. Next, I have the Penzi E44 on our diorama here, and I'm going to show you, as you can see on the screen, the Rectifier misfire lights. I'm actually going to read a section from the original GE manual for the E44. So, located in the rectifier compartments on each side of the locomotive, these lights can be seen through small windows on the compartment doors. Continuous flashing indicates proper firing of rectifier tubes. A gap in the rhythm or continuous light indicates a misfire. Inspection of these lights shall be made at intervals by the engine crew. Report this condition for correction. And this is really cool that we've been able to include this feature. And on that note, let's take it for a spin. Put on the brakes. We've got lots of momentum and heavy brake squeal there when you're trying to stop your big, heavy drag freight on the Northeast Corridor. So that's a closer look at our all-new HO Scale E44 and E44A electric motors. Don't forget, these have an extended new final order deadline of June 1st, 2026. So get your orders in today if you want to get these in production this summer to be shipping to your layouts later this year, early in 2027. Order today.